The great Andy Williams. How are you doing, sir? Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to you. It's been almost 3 years, man. How things? How's the family?
It's been that long. Wow. All right. Everybody all right? Can't complain. Just, fighting this virus thing. It's going day by day right now.
Yeah, I understand. It's we have to be one day by day, as you rightly said, one day at a time. And the family is all right, and you personally doing good?
Yes, yes, can't complain. Like I said, currently looking to move to Arizona in end of July. Starting a new role down there. Head coaching for a college academy, pre-college academy. So looking forward to that.
In relation to the academy that you spoke about, what's the name of it and sort of the role that you would have in that setup?
So I'm the head coach, and it's called Pre-College Development Academy. And basically, it's where we deal with high school grads that are either too young, like not too young, but need a year or two, like a gap year or two before they go to college. They're either having problems with grades, or they're want to take a different route instead of going as a freshman in college. They want to try and shoot for the pro aspect of their football life, or just want to get some good quality coaching, and I'll be the head coach of that program, brand new program.
Really, really exciting, man. I wish you all the best with this project and this new chapter of your life. And speaking about new chapters of your life, I was on holiday recently and I saw one of your tweets and I was just really shocked, regarding what was happening over in Utah. Are you in a position right now where you can open up about that situation? Because you spent virtually 10, 15 years in that area.
Yeah, been here since 2005.
Yeah.
First as a player, and then went into the front office, and I've been in that role ever since I retired. And like I said, it's unfortunate. It's gone this way, and hopefully, we can come out on, I wouldn't say good terms, because I'm fine. I just felt super disrespecting how they dealt with stuff, but to each his own. I wish them all the best.
You think if the pandemic hadn't come, then perhaps there would have been better communication or treatment of you?
Um, I doubt it. It shouldn't have been that way. If the pandemic didn't come, I think I would still have my job. To be honest, it kind of, once I went on furlough because of it, things changed, and the owner had an issue with the owner, so they're looking for a brand new owner now, and just I just think everything changed since then. So
But
I,
but to
I,
be
I,
fair, yeah,
I won't say anything bad.
yeah,
I'll keep to
yeah,
myself.
yeah. But to be fair, you're a legend in those parts. You're part of the team that won the title 2009, and you're a loyal member to the team when you could have gone anywhere within the league. So didn't they recognize the hard work you and Tyrone gave to the franchise?
I doubt it. And it's sad to say I have to say that, but yeah, even to this day, I haven't spoken to anybody from the front office, which is unbelievable. So,
And what does Kyle Beckerman think of all of this? The guy that's been key towards this revolution, you could say, at RSL. Have you had a chance to speak to him?
um, to be honest, I reached out to Kyle about last week, and just to say what's up. Nothing pertaining to football, just
Mm,
how's retirement treating him. Nothing big, nothing about myself. Just to see, just touching base. And then yesterday, I just saw that he's the head coach of Utah Valley University here, so UVU, which is a local program here, and I just wished him all the best, and he texted me back, and like I said, nothing pertaining to RSL, just personal stuff. I checked in on him, and he checked back on me. So Kyle's been a good friend, throughout my career. As a rookie, he came into the league in Miami when I was there, so he was what 17, 18 at the time when he came in. So I've known Kyle, ever since.
as you know, and in life, some people they don't realize what they did or what mistakes they made until later down the road, and they gain wisdom after. If they were to call you and say, Andy, we need you back, would you have a change of heart in terms of returning?
I think I've passed that right now. It was up to December. I had that hope of being. That was the last discussion I've had. I spoke with the GM at the time, and he knew my stance in coming back. And according to him, he was excited that he knew that I wanted to come back, and he just had to wait on some stuff, and then everything went in the wind since then. And to be honest, that was the first time I spoke to the GM was in this November, December, since I was furloughed in April. So that's not good either. So, like I said, it is what it is, and you know,
Yeah. Apart from the technical staff with stuff like people like chef and administrators, were they also affected by this experience as well, the furlough?
absolutely. The whole about 40% of the staff, I think, were affected by this. Um, and I think we were the first or second MLS team that kind of furloughed staff, which was, it is what it was at the time. So, and then I know a few people that were affected by it, but also when the league started back up, I knew a few people went back to their jobs or to their roles in the organization, but it still wasn't 100% like running like it was in before the pandemic.
But Andy, to be fair, every season, if you're a betting man, you'd put $1 on RSL making the playoffs. So they're a consistent team. That was there on the pitch. Results were there. Home record, brilliant. Just like the office. So why? I'm just thinking, where could the money have gone? Because clearly, it's an organization that is successful on the pitch. It's just head scratching for me. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah. It just depends on your owner in this league in MLS, and we were scratching, like you said, to make the playoffs, and we coming in the 8th spot or the second to last spot. The year before we were in 3rd place, qualified for 3rd place, and to do that with the budget that we had and the roster like we available to us, it was tough. We depend on our academy kids a lot, our players a lot, and we have a good academy system, and that was beneficial. And like I said, if you put money in the program, which we did with our academy, it pays off. So hopefully, in return, I was hoping, or myself and I know the coaching staff, they were hoping that the budget for the first team players would be there, and it would just we never got the chance of being I think legit top 5 MLS team.
Well, reflecting on your time as a whole, both as a player and also the coaching standpoint, do you look on with pride, with good memories?
Oh, 100%. I can't let this last year affect my feelings or my stance towards this club and this the state here. I will always love Utah, and I always love Real Salt Lake. Like you said, the first MLS Cup for me. I've been to a couple finals and didn't pan out, but this was the first championship for me, and it was a special one. In 2009. So like I said, and then for them giving my role in the front office after I retired, and me helping to build that team, build a roster, have a say on players coming in. I felt like this was home. So, I can't let just that one bad year. You have to add the pandemic into it, because like I said, if it didn't happen last year, I think I would still be in my role.
I understand what you mean, but as you know, in life, sometimes change brings other opportunities, so you never know what the future might hold ahead.
And for my future with the coaching aspect in August, I'm excited because to be back on the field, helping kids, achieve their goals, whether it's getting a scholarship, or trying out for a pro team, whether it's MLS or the USL or even overseas, because I have, through my years as in the front office, I have contacts with agents, and I can recommend a player to an agent, and that agent would trust me. So, to have a look at a player, not sign him, just just have a look at him, and I think with my track record, I think 80% I've been, uh, an okay scout.
Yeah, and obviously we know about the young players that has been brought from the Steel to the RSL. So clearly the work you've been done has been brilliant. Do you know where Tyrone will be heading? What his next chapter of it will be?
So he's currently with FC Cincinnati.
Right.
I think he's the U23 or U19 head coach. I'm not sure which one. Um, so the last time I spoke to him about that was in December too. I knew he was in Kentucky and had the option to be with Cincinnati or got an offer for them, and he was contemplating whether coming back here or not. And I think he chose Cincinnati because um, is being he went to school in Kentucky, met his wife in Kentucky, and she has family in Kentucky. So Cincinnati is just a hop, jump, skip away um, from Kentucky, and they chose what's best for his family.
Hmm. And just reflecting on your experiences and Tyrone's as well, a lot of former national players are coming into their own in coaching. Omar Daly is doing his thing in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you have a couple in the USL coaching as well, Ryan Thompson, Ricketts, etc. A lot of these former national players, Woldy Harris as well. So it seems like opportunities are coming more for Jamaicans, which once upon a time was just very few and far.
Well, it's because of the love of football. I know, we've experienced a lot. We've been achieved a lot on the field, and it's only right for myself and I'm sure other guys you mentioned to give back in some way, some form. Yeah, and you have like you just want best what's for the kids. I know. And seeing somebody like whether you coach them or guide them a certain way, and to see them excel and go to that next level, nothing but smiles all the time.
Yeah, and this experience that you're going to have working with kids and helping them transition towards the college level, do you have ambitions in the future of getting back in the professional game, whether it is a club or internationally somewhere?
Oh, absolutely. During this time, I know I applied for a couple Caribbean national teams. I think three. I kind of threw up my resume to see if anyone was biting, but no feedback from anybody in the CFU yet. But like I said, this is an opportunity for me to get back on the field, blow a few whistles, yell at a few kids, and run a few drills, and just be back on the field and enjoy myself.
And you're still young, you have time on your hand to learn more about the game.
Yeah, yeah. Start from baby steps because it's a process, and each level that you take a new job at is just a next rung in the ladder, and hopefully this coaching stuff I take a few steps every year or every other year as to the next step in my in my career.
Were there like moments where, as a player, your coach said something you didn't understand it, but as a coach now you said, "Oh, so that was what Burtis was trying to tell me," or whoever? Yeah.
Of course, you always have that. You look at your parents, like your parents at 14, 15, like, you're a teenager at the time, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but they're like, nah, you have no clue yet. And you look back, now I'm a parent and I do the same thing too. I'm like, listen, I've been through your shoes. I know what it is, I know what you want to do. But you never see it until you're older and you're like, oh, that's what they're talking about.
Absolutely. And you're seeing quite a bit that has been happening over the past 12 to 24 months since last we spoke. The last time we spoke, Leon Bailey wasn't a reggae boy, but he is right now. And clearly you're seeing a lot of new faces in the squad. I always admire your candid approach in terms of, you're straight to the point, honest in your opinion about the national setup. And would you say that there is reason to be optimistic for the future, whether it be Gold Cup and qualifying?
The federation needs to get its butt in shape, I guess. It's we've dealt with it. It's sad that we're still dealing with it now. I dealt with it as a player, and It seems like it's just reversed, and it's sad to say, like, it shouldn't be, program shouldn't be in the state. And to see, Kaepernick getting the support that he needs is just mind-boggling. With all what with all that he's done in the last 2-3 years, he shouldn't be in this situation at all.
And the president has made a commitment about increasing the support staff, like getting an additional trainer and massage therapist. How much does it help, like when you're a player, when you know that you have that support off the pitch, not only the technical side but recovery as well? That's important.
Well, if you look back when I was playing, like, all that stuff, before Samoas came, we had to do that stuff ourselves. I remember my dad used to have to take me to physio every 2 weeks to get treatment for me. Like, the program didn't have that, and then once Samoas came in, everything changed, and it should have been, all of that should have been implemented from since then, and just should have been improving each and every time. Like, for Tapper to have only himself as a coach right now, as a full-on coach, is mind-boggling. And it's just, I have no clue how they can see how it, for a national team, it's ridiculous.
And you and I have spoken often about UB40s and the impact that they've made to the national team as well. You grew up in a time where there was a lot of players in the setup. Do you still think that they have value to the program from their professionalism from England?
Absolutely. Just because you weren't born in a situation, I wasn't born in Jamaica, but I played for the national team. So for me to lick off those guys is ridiculous. But if they are committed and want to play for the team instead of just coming for a vacation, that's a different thing. And that's what you need to see from these players that want to represent the national team, is their desire to play. And when they go on and put on a shirt, the way they play on the field is what should make your opinions on them.
And as you're aware, we don't have a local league right now, so you can understand the pool that you have to work with is North America, Europe, and Asia as well. So there's a lot of criticism why there isn't any guys on the island, but they're not playing football, aren't they?
No, and it's sad. And I think it's time for players. I know a couple players are in Central America right now. So I think they need to start, like, branching out and taking risks, and just to get quality games. And if you get quality games, that's where you're going to be seen. Somebody else is going to see you. I know two players in Costa Rica right now. I know other teams I know MLS teams are looking at them. I know USL teams are looking at those two players right now. So, like I said, even though it's Costa Rica and not maybe the best, Saprissa or what top teams, at least you're playing quality players again, and then possible, CONCACAF Champions League stuff is just stepping stones for the next step for a player to be seen.
Yeah. Is the onus on the player or the agent to look for these opportunities overseas, like those on the island that aren't playing? Explore the opportunities, because Jamaican talent is in demand,
Absolutely, but you have to look at mentality in Jamaica. Like, I've dealt with it as as a player and as a scout, and you talk to these players and, like, they listen to their friends or family members and our people, and, like, start MLS. That's not good. What you go MLS for? So USL, that you can do better than that. You should be in England. You should be USL. I'm like, nah, it's not that. You have to take the opportunities given to you. You have to make your own road. You can't just sit and wait and think, Manchester United gonna see me. How them gonna see you? So it goes both ways. You have agents that are doing the same thing to, like, I can promising this, promise you that, and they go on trials and nothing pans out, and then it's back in Jamaica and sitting at home. So it's both ways. It goes both ways.
And you saw the scenario where the players and the JFF were talking about remuneration. I just wanted to know your thoughts about, were the players being outrageous? Was the JFF being stingy? Your thoughts about that whole situation, because it certainly dragged on for weeks and brought a lot of anxiety amongst fans across the globe.
I will always think JFF is stingy, no matter to this day, no matter who runs it, unless they change and run it in the way I see it should be run. Like I always think they will be stingy because I know they get money. I know they have outstanding bills. I know all of that. Like, but it's a company that needs to be run like a company, and they're not doing that. Um, as for the players, it's a negotiation. You can't just one side just can't say, all right, this is it, I'm done, this is all I have to offer, and not listen to the other side. So the players came out, made their, issues, and it should be an ongoing conversation. And, it's just sad that it's out in public, which is fine. Like, it needs to be seen how it works and how both sides are, and, people will have their opinions on each member. But I would always agree with the players. And the federation should try their best to accommodate what's best for the players.
When you were a player, did you face similar challenges, especially under the captain era? Similar issues?
Yeah, we've gone strike maybe 2 or 3 times since I've been there. You had people like Anandilo, even Tap at the time, like, we're not playing for that. Price have to go up, and it was always a conversation, but it was a discussion that with captain all the time, and we never hate captain. It's just business, and once everything worked out, everybody was all back to the same way they were, and all friends, and that's how it is.
Nobody. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. And relation to Tapa, how you think he's been doing in charge of the national team? You think for now he's the guy for us?
Oh, I can't complain. Like, look at his record in Gold Cup, the last 2 Gold Cups. Like, come on now. Like, yes, it's still a struggle to play against, the USA, Mexico's, but those are top 20 teams in top 20 in the world. So, and we're
45th, yeah.
Okay, so he's done well, and there's still a gap between those top 3 teams in CONCACAF. We should be the 3rd team in CONCACAF, in my opinion. We should be better than Costa Rica. We should be better than Honduras. And and I think he's done well with what he's been given, to be honest.
Is there any possibility you'll be coming on the island before the end of the year to have a look at the young talent you could perhaps take up to the States?
Not yet. Like I said, this would be a brand new program. So the first year is, basically trying to work out all the kinks and, get it running. And I think after the first year, we start probably could, after everybody's, going through the process of, placing kids in, maybe a D2, D1 college, or even a couple of tryouts for professional. You can see where other coaches or college coaches were like, okay, I see what these guys are doing. Let me go take a look. Or maybe a sponsorship comes in and we can provide scholarships for kids that can't afford to pay for the academy. So this first year, I doubt it. Nothing planned for Jamaica at the moment. But like I said, after the first year, first 10 months, I think once we get this ball rolling, I think it'll take off and be a hit.